Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to come on here to talk about the concept of the dark night of the soul, but I wanted to talk about it from a place of healing. I know that this term is mostly used for spiritual ideas, maybe awakening or spiritual transformation taking place in someone, but I wanted to talk about it from a place of healing and overall emotional well being. So, to me, the dark night of the soul is this phase that many of us go through. Many of us, when we're beginning this journey of healing, of self awareness, we go through this stage, and it passes. It's temporary, obviously, but it's a very hard phase because it's that moment where we begin to question uh, why we are the way that we are. We begin to have a bit of an identity crisis. We wonder, is my personality really my personality? Or what parts of my personality are actually mine? Which of them are just responses to my trauma? Or which aspects of me are actually just learned behaviors from my upbringing, from family, from friends? What are my values? What's really important to me? What truly is my moral compass, and what's something else? We begin to question ourselves. We might have a moment where we look at our past and we feel either sad by the time we wasted, maybe not having lived our life fully due to painful experiences or trauma, or perhaps uh, being held back by certain people, by certain situations. We might feel angry due to the abuse we've received or we've experienced. We might feel resentful. We might feel an overall sense of lost time. We've wasted time. We are not at the same place that everyone else is at because of our life being uh, shitty at a certain point, for lack of a better word. There is this overall sense of I'm angry because I shouldn't be here right now. I should be farther ahead, farther along in my road. But I wasn't because of abuse, because of upbringing, because of misfortune, because of terrible things that happened to me, etc., etc. There are these feelings of frustration, anger, resentment that come up. There is a feeling of loneliness. You begin to realize that maybe the people you surround yourself with are no longer compatible to you. Maybe the friends you've had all your life begin to feel like strangers. We have people in our lives that we thought were once our second family, and now we're just not feeling that connection anymore. We realize that many of these people were only with us for specific reasons. We begin to awaken to the fact that maybe we were bonding with them due to shared struggles that maybe no longer are relevant. Or maybe we are bonding over an old version of ourselves, and now that old version is gone and we're not connecting as before. Or maybe we realize that the people in our lives have toxic habits, unhealthy habits, or just behaviors that we can't tolerate anymore. So we begin to detach, disconnect, or even lose friends. Maybe some friends see themselves out because of the way that we are showing up in the world. There begins to be this process where we begin to feel a disconnect, like things are shaking up in our social life because of the person that we're becoming. Healing can sometimes be a lonely process because we lose people. We begin to lose people we thought were close friends, people we thought were second family to us, and suddenly they're no longer there, or they're no longer connecting to us because they simply can't. Sometimes we might experience a physical change. We might have gone all our lives in a hypervigilant state, in a tense, protective state. We might be running on adrenaline, might be anxious 24/7. And then we get into our healing process and we learn how to calm down. We learn how to soothe ourselves, and we learn how to feel safety within our bodies. And when we tap into that, our body begins to feel tired. All those years of being tense, hypervigilant, and alert, that's one example, of course. And then suddenly we're in a place of safety. The body needs to regenerate. The body has to rest more. It needs more quiet time. It needs more slowness. And that can be a challenge for us in this go, 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 busy, nonstop society that we live in. A lot of changes can happen when we're going through this dark night of the soul. It seems like our world is turned upside down, and many times it literally is. And it can be very isolating and very lonely to have this experience and not know where to get help or how to get guidance around this process. I've been through the dark night of the soul. I work with people who have gone through this and are currently going through this, and these are some things that I can suggest for those of you who are going through this process. So, number one, the most important thing you should do is just accept that this is happening. Accept that the dark night of the soul is taking place, that it's currently happening, and sit with it. Lean into it, let it happen. Don't resist it. Don't try to convince yourself, no, it's not this, it's something else, or no, something else is occurring, it's not this. Just accept it and make your peace with the fact that a change is happening. Remind yourself that this is temporary, it'll be over, it's just a transition. It's not going to be for the rest of your life, it's not going to be occurring forever. Remind yourself, it is an initiation, it's a little bit of a hard but necessary introduction into a more meaningful, more pleasant life that's ahead. And it will not last forever, I promise you. The next thing I recommend is to realize that productivity, the go, 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 the constant hustle and bustle might not work for you anymore, and we need to make space for rest and slowness and self reflection. We need to get really serious about self care. So, really try, and I would say not try, but make it a habit to slow down, to honor when your body needs rest, to honor when you need rest, when you need to recharge, and understand and realize that this is something for your greater good. Resting, recharging, having slowness, having alone time is needed right now. It is not something to be neglecting, but really let yourself have these moments when your body is asking for it. Pushing through it and forcing yourself to be like you were before this process is not going to do you any good. The next thing to keep in mind is that relationships begin and end. Relationships come and go. It's a natural process of life. And maybe right now, many relationships are ending, but don't be so hard on yourself. Don't feel that you've failed or that you've done something wrong. Understand that there's something greater taking place, but allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to feel any sadness that's coming up, and let yourself feel the hurt and the pain that comes up when we think about the end of these friendships and relationships. But see it from this point of view. You are in a movie theater, all the seats were taken at one point, and now seats are being vacated. Seats are being emptied out. Very soon, those seats will be taken by different people. It's only a matter of time, but know that this solitude and people leaving and seeing themselves out is temporary. Grieve it, feel it, but understand that very soon people that are at your level, at your vibration, so to speak, will come in. It's only a matter of time. The next thing I would recommend is to get really serious about self-care. Get serious about the activities in your life that recharge you. What exactly makes you feel more like yourself? What makes you feel like you're home internally? And what helps you feel well rested, like your batteries are recharged? Get curious about the many things you do that can make you feel like yourself again. So everyone is different in this process. One person might feel themselves with movements, with exercise, going to the gym, going on long walks, going for a swim, for example. Another person might feel recharged when they're engaging in creative activities, painting, singing, dancing, for example. And other people, they need slowness. They need to take more naps. They need to be resting, taking it slow, being at home watching feel-good movies. Try to explore what recharges you and make that a serious practice that you take on as much as needed. Recharge, self-care, and self-soothing practices need to be at the front line right now. The final thing that I want to say is that we need to come to the acceptance point. We need to come to the state of realizing that this will take as long as it needs to. It's temporary, but it'll take anywhere from a few months to maybe a full year. We just have to sit with the idea that it will take as long as it has to, and we cannot negotiate it or change it. Make your peace with that and understand that the longer this goes on and the longer that you're in this process of the dark night of the soul, the easier it's going to get. It's a tunnel of different lengths for everyone, but there is an end. There is a light at the end. Be gentle with yourself and just know that this is a process that is temporary. Again, it is temporary. You will get through this, but At the end of the tunnel awaits relief, and we see an upgrade happening, and you'll be so glad that you went through this once it's finally over. I can assure you that at the end of this tunnel, there is a feeling and there's a lesson and overall sense that this needed to happen. You will know why when that happens, but know that this is a gift that you're giving to yourself. Investing in your healing, investing in your well being is the greatest gift we can give to ourselves during these times. Have a great day.